Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Do you want to hear a story? I'm not letting go.
Are you ready for this?
Follow your heart. I'm going in. This is
Blockbuster Smash Up.
Welcome to another episode of Blockbuster Smash Up. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and as each episode, I'll be joined by my co-host, Todd G. Levin, and our special guests, as we try to smash one globally accepted good film and one globally accepted bad film into one hopefully cohesive new film for you guys. Now, we've been trying out a new format for the show, and it is still evolving, so we're going to change up a few things with this episode, but otherwise, it's as normal, smashing one thing with another, and the craziness that ensues. All right, Todd, let's meet our guests.
Back with us again, we have Hillary Levi.
What's up?
Hillary, what's up? What's going on?
Nothing much.
Oh, this is great.
Right,
Thank you for going on the show.
I love returning.
Oh, God, we have to speak like this the whole time.
CJ Woodring.
Whoa!
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Really good.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
That's
me.
about as much as I can take of that.
Well, everybody, thanks
I
for
have
joining
bad
us.
news for you.
so CJ, Hillary, welcome back.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
So, guys, we usually have a personal question. For the personal question, what is the most disturbing movie you remember seeing as a child?
As a child. Interesting.
When you were young and you were like,
Distinction.
I should not be seeing this.
Okay, I have one.
You have yours?
Yes, most people will have never, ever heard of this movie. And it took me a few years to actually track down.
Oh, I love
like,
the
The
story.
filmmaker?
the company that made this movie.
Whoa.
And like the fact that this movie exists.
This is like a Ring scenario you're creating right now.
It's pretty nuts.
I have a few of these cinematic mysteries from my childhood.
Yeah,
as well.
where you see a movie and you're like, what? Like, am I imagining that this
Right.
movie existed? I don't know exactly. I knew I was in school when I watched it, and it's called Star Child.
Wait
And
a
it
second.
is-
Star Kid?
No,
Not
Now, Star, I was going to say,
Child.
Star Kid doesn't feel like it would have
not
been a disturbing.
Star Kid, not Star Kid.
Star Child.
It's called Star Child. It's like a claymation type movie.
Of course, it's claymation.
Yeah. And it is the story of this, like, it's sort of like the Beast's backstory in Beauty and the Beast. Kind of. It's
okay.
like this very, like, well-to-do, well-beloved, spoiled, rotten child who becomes so rotten that he kind of turns into this weird, creepy, like, being monster
Sick.
thing. Yeah. And I think he has to, like, learn to be humble or something, and, like, or do something nice, and, like, that's the way he turns.
Or kidnap a
himself.
girl and keep her there until
Yeah,
she loves you.
whatever.
Love.
When was it made?
I have to double check. It's
Sounds like late 70s.
Yeah, it's probably somewhere
Now,
in there
where
in
does
the
the
70s.
Star Child come into this movie?
I think because he was like the star child. Like he's the
Oh.
spoiled. Yeah.
I don't think he's an alien.
But
If
it's
that's
made
what
Oh,
you're
okay.
getting
Yeah,
at.
I was
by-
hoping he was.
It's made by one of those companies that have like those. It's sort of like proto VeggieTales, right? It's one of those like Christian religious companies that make these like stories that are allegories for how children should behave or telling.
it.
It's one of those ones that does Bible stories, but this is not a Bible story, which is why it's really fucked up and
Sounds
weird.
like a moral tale, though.
It's
so
a moral tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how to
could see
be
how that
like
could make
humble and
sense.
all of those things. As far as I remember, and I only saw it once, but it's always stuck with me. The way the faces were made, it wasn't like those holiday Christmas specials where they were really, cute and everything. Everybody was just a little off. Everybody had like an exaggerated feature.
And with claymation, that is just a few bit too wrong. You can get something
It's
really
this
creepy.
uncanny valley.
Yeah, Uncanny
right?
Valley stuff where your brain starts being like, duh.
and it becomes a little caricature and
Ew.
the like being / monster thing that he turns in. I don't remember what it looks like, but I remember it being really fucked up
like Large Marge.
and weird.
Ugh.
And it was really messed up. I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look up the name of the actual company.
You're
Here
like,
it is.
all of these filmmakers are in jail now.
Vision
I'm gonna look this up.
Films. No, here's
Oh,
like
it's a Vision Films movie. I know that. I know some of these like B movie companies.
I was gonna say I've never heard of Vision Films.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
It sounds like a fake film company.
It is like a fake film company. Two woodcutters, Gustav and Sven, discover it.
Hey, you never said there was anything about woodcutters in
Well,
this movie.
yeah. Remember, I only saw it once, and it just was disturbing. And I'll show you the cover of the DVD. Discover an infant wrapped in a golden cloak with an amber chain around his neck.
Whoa.
Sven takes him home and raises him with his other children. They name him Pero, and he grows into a beautiful youngster. However, he becomes enamored of his own beauty. He treats a beggar lady cruelly, and in return, he is transformed into a frightful, hideous creature. So basically, just everything from Beauty and the Beast. Only when he becomes beautiful inside does his external beauty return. And this is
Jeez.
27 minutes.
Wow. Wait, it's 27 minutes?
It's like it's
Short.
for children.
Short.
Remember?
Yeah. They don't have long attention span.
Weird.
Star
sounds-
Child, everyone, get it for your kids.
Don't.
Yep.
Don't.
CJ, what is your movie?
I guess I'd have to say I haven't seen it in so long. I don't know if it was that scary or not, but as a kid, I was haunted by Congo.
Oh,
Sure.
wow.
The movie's kind of scary.
Is it?
I mean, the
is it
gorillas are
gory?
really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember being like
That's on
like
Netflix.
not being able to sleep after.
It's on Netflix right now if you want to, go down memory lane.
Go down
If you were to
memory
have
lane.
some really dark flashbacks.
Oh no.
So, guys, I'm glad we have all your deep, dark secrets. We'll be
Those
sure
are
to work them
scary.
into the smash up.
Thank you.
Oh.
To terrify you. So, guys, with our little bit of our new format.
Yes.
Before we get into the smash up today, we're going to talk about the movies that we selected, and then we're going to hop over to the smash up game. So, Todd, for
Yes.
this episode, you had the globally accepted bad film.
I had the bad movie.
and I had the good movie.
You had the good movie.
So, on the count of three,
Yes.
we will say what they are.
A
One, a two, a three. Titanic.
Oh my god.
Hillary.
Oh my God.
Hillary's payday. Dune.
Finally, and also Titanic, which I the thing is, I love Dune. I hate Titanic.
Yes,
It's
yes,
perfect.
yes.
It's perfect.
So, since it's probably the more weird one,
Yeah.
Todd, do you want to describe or attempt to describe?
I will attempt to, and Hillary, fill me in on little things here and there.
The plot of
but,
Dune.
And let's try not to take the entire podcast because you could. But essentially, Dune is about a war over a space crop.
Yeah,
is the
basically.
essential
It's Game
thing.
of Thrones in space.
Yes.
Where the throne is a planet with a drug.
With a drug
basically.
on it that is melange that they call the spice, which basically allows for more easy space travel, and then a bunch of
Really,
other things.
From what I understand, is it
Prescience
basically
and, like,
is
all
the
this other
Deus Ex Machina of this universe. It does pretty much like whatever is demanded of it. Like it can give
Yeah.
you like powers, or you can
Sure, I
like
guess, yeah.
travel through space,
and thus
faster.
it makes this planet and whoever controls it, it's the most powerful crop in the entire galaxy, so people are after it. So so it's on a planet. I have this, like,
Arrakis.
yeah, it's on this planet Arrakis.
We'll have Hillary here for all the Dune corrections.
It's on this planet Arrakis, who are inhabited by the Freemen. Is that it?
The Fremen.
The Fremen, who have long prophesied Messiah character, basically liberating them and bringing them, to some glory of some kind.
It really, from like a base level, its plot is pretty like straightforward. It's like a revenge
Yeah.
tale.
Yeah. So basically, where we begin, there's this planet and it exists, and there's these people on it, and they have this prophecy. The Emperor of the Universe,
the actual
the
full universe.
full universe,
Oh,
the
wow.
Emperor of the
big
full
deal.
universe.
That has got to be one hell of an election process.
He has this plan to eliminate the Atreides family, House Atreides, because
We'll call them House Stark.
because they are amassing a big army. And so how he plans to do this is by basically giving them Arrakis, the planet, and then ambushing them with another house Harkonnen. And he's visited by this guild of like prescient space people who also say, in the meantime, can you also kill the Atreides ruler, this Duke Leto, his son Paul Atreides, because they prophesied that he's like this something, and they're afraid of him.
Our one true
there are
ruler, Paul.
Yeah, they're basically two parallel prophecies. One from the Fremen.
Yes.
And then one from these priestesses called the Bene Gesserit, who have been through intermarriages, trying to create literally
A super being.
a super being that also is their,
Their Messiah.
Their Messiah. And the thing is Paul, our protagonist, was supposed to be born a girl so he could marry a Harkonnen, but he was born a boy.
Is
and
that
the
why he
Bene
has such
Gesserit are
beautiful long
pissed.
hair?
That is just so not part of the movie. It's amazing to learn that one piece of information actually makes a lot more sense about why. Because I was like, well, if he's their, Messiah or whatever, like, why do they want him killed? Anyway, so all this information is given to you by a giant brain alien monster, very much like in Starship Troopers.
Todd, you sent me that
reminded
clip,
Norse.
and I'm going to be honest, I was very confused watching the entire thing.
Oh, really? That's,
Yeah, what
anyway.
a surprise.
So basically, this plan goes off. They kill a lot of the Atreides. Basically, they capture the Harkonnen capture the Duke, and
They
Paul.
kill him.
They kill him. Paul escapes with
with his mother.
is his mother or concubine?
No, it's his mom.
It's his mother.
It's his mom.
She was his father's concubine. He escapes with the mother, and then he meets a woman
Got
in the
it.
desert.
And it's Lady Jessica, I guess.
Lady Jessica.
And so they go and they meet with the Fremen. And basically, the Fremen are like, oh, this guy is our Messiah. He, through a bunch of, they basically plot when the Harkonnen come back with the Emperor's army, he is going to use the Fremen to lead them to a victory because they're actually very large in numbers. During this time, he drinks the water of life, which is... Oh, this planet I forgot to mention is populated by sandworms.
Humongous giant sandworms.
Small side note, giant sandworms.
I mean, that's where they got from Beetlejuice, right? It had to have been.
Yeah.
And it's almost like in that scene in Beetlejuice, she gets like sent to Arrakis or something.
Basically.
In a way, it's like...
Is it a parody of Arrakis?
Dude, it has to be.
Probably.
It has to be
might
because she
be.
gets
It makes
sent
sense.
to a thing and then she's like writing it. Like, come on. Anyway,
Yeah, I think you're right.
I bet you that he was a fan of Dune or something like that,
Probably.
and so he put that in there. So anyway, he drinks this water of life, which is the liquid this toxic liquid that gets
It's vomit.
excreted from a dying sandworm.
Oh.
And used in ritualistic whatever. And he has this prophecy and he sees the future and he gains control over the sandworms and thus over Arrakis. Defeats once all the armies come back, defeats all the armies and makes it rain on Arrakis, something that's never occurred, and destroys the spice or question mark? Because
In the movie, question mark.
Yeah.
Just it probably would in the movie. Yes, it would have destroyed the spice because
and it dismantles
rained.
obviously the power structure of the universe
Exactly.
because this is a thing. So anyway,
Yeah.
that and Paul Atreides, the whole movie has a cast of like a crazy cast of like
A really solid
amazing,
actors.
amazingly diverse cast of actors.
I only saw
Paul-
clips of this movie, so I've never seen the full movie. But holy crap, Patrick Stewart is in this
So
film.
Paul,
yeah.
Paul Atreides is played by Kyle MacLachlan, who like I adore. Patrick Stewart is in
Childhood
it.
crush.
Dude, there's just so many. Sting.
Yeah, Sting's in it.
Sting plays a villain, which is like one of my favorite things about the movie, even though I don't like the movie.
All right.
And Jay, you had Titanic.
Titanic.
Similarly,
such a complicated mythology of
Right,
Titanic.
right.
Let me try to condense it for you. So, Titanic is a story of Jack and Rose. Two star-crossed lovers meet on Titanic's first and only voyage, sad. During the travel, Jack saves Rose from committing suicide, and Rose brings Jack into a world of high society. It isn't long until Rose decides that her fancy everything totally sucks, and decides to give it all up and embrace a future with Jack. This leads to a lot of sexy sketching and staining the backseat of someone else's car. But this is all brought to a screeching halt when Cal, Rose's fiance, and more importantly, Billy Zane, finds out about their love affair and has Jack locked away aboard the ship. Just as it collides with an iceberg, Rose manages to free Jack, but he soon perishes in the icy cold ocean as she survives, floating on a pretty big piece of debris that could have totally fit someone else. And that, everybody, is Titanic.
So you forgot about the framing device of Titanic,
Oh
true.
yeah.
which is
You
that
know,
they're
That's
looking
the entire movie is an old woman telling the story
To Bill Paxton.
to a group of explorers who are trying to retrieve treasures from Titanic, and they found this the heart of the sea.
No, they didn't. She had.
Oh, right. They
Yeah.
find
They were looking for
they're
it.
looking for the heart of the sea, and then they bring her on.
So
and
really, are they treasure plunderers? Is that what they're there?
Well, they're
Well,
attempting to.
they're
Oh,
attempting.
yeah.
he's
So
Italian.
guys, we are now tasked with these two films, and that'll take us into our smash up.
Smash, 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 smash,
Smash, smash, smash,
All right, producers, welcome to the table, everybody.
yes.
The news has come down from on high. And we're all here in the meeting today because the marketing research has come back, and I gotta say, I'm not that surprised.
What'd they say, Jack?
Oh, well, the kids these days, they're really looking for something a little bit close to Dune meets Titanic. Really big. My daughter loves sandworms.
Right.
Loves them to death.
I mean, who wouldn't, really?
Right. And,
Yeah,
I mean...
that's right. Who wouldn't?
Oh, Jesus.
So, I love your spunk. I love your spunk, Hillary. And that's why you're here at the table.
Hillary,
you.
are you
Thank you.
okay?
So,
Yeah, no, had a lot of
Drinking before noon again.
cocaine this morning.
that's good. That's good.
That'll do it.
That's good. I mean, I try to get at least a couple lines in before.
Yeah, no, important. Required.
Did anyone not get lines in the lobby? Did anyone not get their lines in the lobby?
No, I haven't. Wait. Oh, got it.
Okay. See?
Go ahead.
Anyway, so you said Dune?
Dune and Titanic.
And Titanic.
Dune and Titanic.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
So what do we get? So we've got young Jack. Where are we putting it? Are we gonna put this on Earth, or
Right,
do we want
I-
to go full Dune?
I think we need to go.
I think you need to make a distinction here between future and present. I'm not sure. I think we gotta go with future, but maybe it's retro
Well,
future.
like
retro
here's some like things that kind of go together
Okay.
from both the worlds.
Please
so
learn us.
you have, moving away from the planet, moving away from Arrakis and Dune and all that. You also have these space ships that can kind of traverse the universe, right?
Okay.
They're ships. They're huge.
They are
They're
ships.
powered by these. They're by these really almost infallible beings.
So who wants the spice? Is there a war that we have here between? I don't know. And who are they leaving
I mean,
from?
none
and going
other than
to?
the War of the Classes.
Well, like maybe
Oh,
Yeah, it could be the war of the
two
classes.
fingers.
it's sort of
Like
it-
Snowpiercer.
Yeah,
Sure.
it could be that.
Yeah.
It could be that. You could kind of say that like this Jack type character is maybe it's this ongoing war, right, between these two houses. Sort of little. It's a little Romeo and Juliet, which is kind of how Titanic is. but-
Wait, I think you just did it. Okay, I have an idea.
what is your
Oh,
idea,
oh.
Todd? You've got the magic.
I've
You've
got
it in your eyes.
this idea. So I think we have two different planets with two different empires on them, and one planet is sending emissaries on a maiden voyage. They have been warring for a very long time over natural resources that are important to both planets and to space travel. And one ship, under a new accord, one planet builds the largest spaceship that's ever been built.
Because-
an unkillable spaceship.
An
that is-
unkillable spaceship?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
battle
Which they
battalion
boldly declare.
spaceship that they boldly declare is the biggest and best spaceship of all time, and not unsinkable, I guess.
Unexplodable.
Unimplodable in
Which,
space.
man, what a thing to put out there in the universe. I bet nobody can explode.
No asteroid would ever bring this shit
In
down.
Titanic, it's just nature, but in this, it's like actual sentient assholes. Just like,
Absolutely.
no one can explode this.
And
we
so
swear.
I guess you have, I would imagine on this ship, maybe it's making its way back from the planet that it traveled to, and it's taking some of their people along with them. And remember, they're warring, right? So the Rose character is from the planet number 2 that the thing went to, and the Jack character is from planet number 1, and they are different species. They're from different planets. They're not supposed to be in love. However,
Do they have to be different species, or why don't they just be different houses? Since
they can be different houses.
Okay.
You're the,
Now, are we gonna have-
Hillary, you're the resident Dune expert here. You can help us with the terminology.
As far as I know, there are no other like humanoid type species in this world, so
That's fine.
That's fine.
There's just large.
Now, there's going to be a romance in this.
Pulsating.
There's a romance in this
gotta
story.
Oh, there's got to be
Okay,
romance.
yeah.
Okay, well then, you know
along
what?
with the action.
I'm
and
gonna have to early on. I did have a director pulled in for this, but I'll have to release Christopher Nolan because we're gonna have a real romance in this. There's no way we're gonna be able to
Please.
pull
Not
that
gonna
in.
take.
anybody but Chris.
Are we sure we're not gonna kill the girl like within the first 10 minutes of the movie?
Yes, that's definitely.
She's
what
got to
we're-
stay in the movie.
Yeah, she's got to stay in the movie, and we have to care about
Chris-
the characters.
Chris
so I don't
can't
think
deal with
Nolan's
that.
a good
Well,
one.
and it has to pass the Bechdel-Wallace test.
Yes.
Okay, so that's very important. That's
So you're right,
how they
we-
blow things up.
We will have a diverse cast.
Great.
Absolutely.
That's up to us. I mean,
yeah.
we're the gatekeepers, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
We let
For
you
white
in.
people.
We let you in, Hillary.
I know. How diverse this
So
room
diverse.
is.
Yeah.
So
Of
diverse.
course,
That's
of
what we were
course.
thinking for this meeting.
I not only have to speak for, all white women, white cisgender
Now, Hillary,
women,
please be
but I
quiet.
have
Now,
Let's all give ourselves a pat on the back for letting Hillary in there. We've done a good job.
But like
Quota
no,
met.
racism and sexism are bad. Please don't do that.
all right. So we've got our 2 planets.
Yes.
We've got Jack and Rose,
Yes.
and we've got this spice that they're transporting.
Maybe it's Jacobian and Rosalindus.
Rosalindus and Jacobian.
Yes.
I like it.
Just futurist enough.
Yeah.
Just like
It's
Paul.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Jacobin and what was it? Rosalindus?
Yes.
Man, I'm getting exhausting just
This
getting to the
is
end of her name.
pretty nuts.
Rosalind. Oh, Jesus. Can I just call you Rose? For the love of God. Rosalindus?
That's a recurring joke that they can
That's a
have.
recurring joke.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Jack, I have completely forgotten his name now.
Jacobian.
Jacobian. Even Jacobian is like,
Yeah.
I can't get there.
I think you could just make them part of. You could set it sort of in the past before all the Dune events, and just make it House Harkonnen and House Atreides. Just to make it simple.
Easy enough.
All right.
Atreides and Harkonnen. Atreides, is it Jacobus or Rosalindus?
Well, I think you have to.
Jacobian Atreides.
Jacobus is Atreides and Rosalindus is Harkonnen?
Yeah.
That makes sense
And
because we
we
don't like
don't.
Harkonnen in
We don't
Dune, and we don't like
like-
the
yeah.
rich people in Titanic.
We don't.
Is Harkonnen just like the rich planet?
In the. I mean, in
Are
the,
we going to use Star Wars rules
Maybe
where
they're the
everything is just
greedy.
one type of ecosystem?
I think so.
Maybe they're the greed
it simple.
planet, you know?
They're
Yeah.
the greed planet?
Yeah.
They're the greed
Welcome to the
planet.
greed planet.
Like it's
evil,
dog eat dog,
greed,
evil
also
greed.
torture,
Power.
It's like it's power.
Yeah.
It's a power planet.
Right.
So Jacobus is training in the beginning of the movie to like blend in with the greed planet. That's why he's playing poker, because poker is a very greedy
Yes.
act of
Oh, there you go.
consolidating
That's
and
nice.
taking funds.
Very
He's,
nice.
he's trying to fit in.
He's
So
like,
we-
I'll
so
be
we-
ready when we get there.
Wait, though, idea.
Yes.
I like
The
those.
Fremen are the Irish.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Yes.
And how did they get on Harkonnen? And let's just call them like that's the name of the planet.
well, maybe
Harkonnen
they're
and-
coming from Arrakis instead of.
Well, here's the thing. The ship itself,
Yes.
I believe, guys, I think it's going to be called Dune.
Ooh,
Dune the ship.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
And the Freemen are like, they've been building ships for these cultures for years, for centuries. And they're the only ones that know how to build and operate these ships.
Got it.
But they treat them as like dirty ship
So
people.
they're the crew.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
dirty
they're
crew
the-
ship
The
people.
Fremen are the crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And eventually they are the ones that know the truth about the spice. But we won't get there until later.
And they have
okay.
long prophesied that there's a man who would come.
There's a crewman that will
And
board.
then-
A crewman, yes.
That
Also,
will board
there's
Dune.
a giant worm in space.
Of
Yes,
course.
Of course.
space worms.
Yeah,
Space worms,
space
right.
worms.
Is that what we're gonna hit?
Sorry, the midpoint is this space worm attacking the ship, but then the climax is eventually going to be Jacobus or Jacobian,
Yeah.
who will then control the space worm.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And will the space worm become Dune? Who knows? Guys, we're
Yeah.
at the beginning of our movie.
Okay.
Jacobinisness is playing cards, getting ready to go to Greed Planet, Harkonnen, and he boards this ship, right?
Well, I think they're.
Gedi Prime is the name of the planet.
I was gonna.
Ooh.
I thought they might be on the other planet already, coming back.
Oh,
to
they're
Greed
coming
Planet.
back.
and they basically are infiltrated by the Greed Planet, the Harkonnen,
Oh, the Harkonnens
So
have
that-
board the ship.
to like Trojan horse the other planet.
Perfect. Oh,
Interesting.
sneaky.
see.
Maybe.
And the daughter of the emperor of that planet is Rosalindus.
Oh, Rosalindus is
So
now on
it's
the
a little
ship.
bit of a
And
star-crossed,
she-
literally star-crossed lovers.
Oh, you know what? That's why they pay you the big bucks, Todd.
Yeah,
I smell a tagline.
literally,
Literally,
Has to be in there.
star-crossed lovers.
Yeah.
Get it? Wink, 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 wink.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's see if this works. I'm just gonna throw this against the wall. If Arrakis, right, is our greed planet, if they are
No, Harkonnen. is it?
Harkonnen.
Harkonnen.
Well,
is?
Harkonnen's
so
the name of the
confused.
house. Technically,
I was saying-
Guys, we have
I was saying
got to
let's just make it
simplify
planet.
I know.
we
this
really
bitch.
yes.
why don't we just call it Harkonnen planet?
Harkonnen planet.
and Harkonians.
And Harkonians.
Sure.
Very
Keep it all
easy.
simple. Yeah.
Very easy.
If they're so rich and powerful because they're the ones with the spice that rules the universe, and they're at war because they're not sharing it.
They're not. Because one is greedy.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
By nature, not going to happen.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. And so maybe if this voyage is supposed to be a peace gesture,
Ooh.
peace offering, and they're like, we're going to send a thing full of a huge shipment of
Nice.
all of our stuff. We're going to share for the first time. But there's this conspiracy we find out about that, like, maybe all the boxes are full with nothing else, or they're full with,
Murder.
murder,
Just a lot of
nuclear
murder.
warheads.
The product's been cut.
Just a lot of murder.
It's been cut.
It's
Yeah.
been cut with it's been cut with murder,
But
which
maybe-
is
maybe
which is
some- or
which
some sort of
is their
weapon.
term for like bomb or maybe just a weapon.
Right, yeah, something to destroy the other planet. Yeah,
Yes.
like the Trojan horse idea.
And the
Yeah.
customs
Yeah.
in the far future terrible. We are leaving Harkonnen. We're on the Dune, which
Yeah.
is our Titanic.
Oh,
Yes.
also, I think Dune is an acronym for a definitely unbeatable will never explode.
Yes. Yes. The W is silent.
That's
Dune.
amazing.
Or there's a W in it. Dune.
Yeah, Winden.
W's are always silent
Yeah.
in the future.
D-U-W-N-E.
Yes.
Definitely,
Dune.
definitely unkillable, will not explode.
That's amazing.
That
Yes.
is funny.
Oh boy.
So we got Jacobian is a lowly sailor, right?
Yeah, Jacobian
Space
is a
sailor.
lowly space sailor.
Yeah, and he wins the chance through a poker game to get aboard this ship that is going back to his home.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And here on that planet, he's nobody likes him because he's one of the Jacobian. He's he's one of the Atreidians. Yeah,
Atreidians.
Atreidians.
So we've got Harkonnens, we've got Atreidians.
Atreidians.
Love it.
Harkonnens, Atreidians.
And he's one of the Atreidians.
just think Atreyu, but Adians.
Yeah, that makes me like him already.
There we go.
Yeah, he's one of the Atreidians, and nobody likes him on this. So he wins a chance to get aboard this, and he's so really happy to go home. And of course, he goes, and the first day, he accidentally happens upon Rosalindus.
Oh yeah.
Because he's somewhere where he shouldn't be on the space ship.
She's going to
I
commit
wanna-
space suicide.
Yes. I want to make sure it's very clear, though, which planet are we coming from? And
Harkonnen.
which
Coming from
planet?
Harkonnen back to Atreides.
Yeah.
Because remember, the Harkonnens slipped murder into the boxes instead
Yes.
of spice.
Yes.
To kill Atreides.
Atreidians.
Yeah, Atreidians.
Yeah.
Not very nice. So
No.
we're on there. He saves Rosalindus from committing space suicide.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, going out the airlock.
Arms outstretched. Don't come any closer. I'll pull the button. Well, then I'd have to go out there into the vacuum of space, and my guts will explode with you.
They're getting on the
Jacobian saves Rosalindus
Yes.
from
going out the airlock.
Going out the airlock,
Yeah.
and they in a romance from across the
Ensues.
tracks.
Now,
or space.
Now, Jack from Titanic was big into artistry. He was all about sketching.
Yes.
What is our Jacobus big into?
VR painting?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Just
Very-
like that new
yeah.
Google.
Ah,
thing.
that's very
I like
timely,
it.
Todd. I
Yeah.
like that. Guys, Jacobus has saved Rosalindus because
Okay.
we're striking gold here. We gotta plow through.
And okay, so we already created Romeo and Juliet situation.
Of course.
Two lovers, star-crossed lovers, literally from
Yeah.
across the
Ooh,
tracks.
I love it. I love it.
And so then I believe that at a certain point, Rosalindus has to feel so bad for Jacobian that she tells him of the evil plot that she's the Duke or the Emperor of Harkonnen's daughter, and she's betrothed to this other person, but also this plot.
You said the Duke of Harkonnen's daughter.
Yes, that's who she is.
The daughter of the Duke of Harkonnen.
Yes.
You said she's the Duke of Harkonnen's daughter.
Oh, yes.
Which is...
So Rosalindus tells Jacobian that she's betrothed to...
The Spacing Guild, the person who's actually running this ship.
Yes, the Spacing
She is
Guild.
set to marry a giant head.
With the
Yes.
captain?
The actual Space Guild, the Navigator.
The Navigator.
Thank you.
Yes.
She's betrothed to the Navigator
Betrothed to the
because
Navigator.
It's a very political move because
yes.
to be in the pocket of a Navigator is
Especially on the mighty Dune.
the most mighty Dune, the
Yes.
most unkillable ship in all of the
Yes.
in all of the
Definitely
universe.
will never...
never
Not
be
once.
destroyed.
Never explode.
No, never explode.
Yeah.
But and I think honestly, as we go down and we meet him, right? We must meet the giant Billy Zane.
Head.
Of course.
I think his name is just Billy Zane
Yes,
in this movie.
it is.
So they go...
That's a
it's-
very space name. So Billy Zane,
That-
after winking at the screen,
Yes.
so he meets all of them, and is he not? I'm sure he's not smitten with our little boy Jacobian.
Well, no,
he looks
because
down
he's he's like, well, my soon-to-be intended Rosalindus.
Yeah.
Would not hang out with a VR painter.
No, and
It's
Rosalindus,
Oculus now.
Rosalindus hates Billy Zane because he can't move.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
He's
and
like
he's a
strapped in
giant
there.
head. Yeah, she will forever be stuck on Dune.
Right.
Wow.
And he's basically just a giant,
He's just a giant head.
just a giant ego, and he's just like thinks that he knows where to go and everything.
Yeah.
He tries to navigate their relationship as much as he's navigating that ship.
You know what?
It's a
I think that
metaphor.
line should be in the movie. And he should
Okay.
say, he's always just trying to navigate my relationship.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think as a kind of a throwback, a nod, we should have Sting play the Baron Harkonnen.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's the dad of Rosalindus, right?
Yes.
And he's
that's
aboard the boat as
and
well.
this is the main
Yes.
villain, right?
I just realized now, not the best plan. The Baron and the daughter and the guild are aboard the ship filled with
full of gun,
Yeah.
full of
filled with-
murder,
full of murder explosives.
And spice.
But boy,
murderous spice.
So I think halfway through this voyage, Jacobian and Rosalindus will stow away below the ship.
Yes.
And he will start to show her his VR paintings. Like, let me paint you in VR, like I do all the French VR girls. And he's painting her in VR. And I think some of the people aboard the ships, the ship natives, notice them and notice their love of life. And they're like,
And they're glowing VR paintings.
and they're glowing VR paintings. And see, these people aboard the ship, because they don't have much entertainment, but there's a lot of echoing in the lower half of the ship, that they entertain themselves through dance. And dance, in this universe, just like... Now, I saw a couple clips from Dune. I did my research, guys, for this meeting.
Of course.
And they're big on talking in that movie. There's a lot about
Lots
like
of
words
talking.
have power. I think in this universe, dancing has power.
Oh, dance moves.
And specifically,
Power.
Irish step dancing has a lot of power.
I
the most
see
powerful
where you're
dance.
going with
It's
this.
the most powerful. I mean, river dance. Don't even get me started.
Oof.
And we'll
Might even summon a space worm. Hillary, we brought you into this meeting, and I didn't know you knew about space worms. But honestly, thank God you're here.
Thank you. You know, I have a master's in space worms, actually.
What?
Yeah. No,
Was that at
it's-
USC or was that UCLA?
It please.
Could only been one of the two.
Southern
Yeah, it could only been one of the two.
California.
There's only two colleges.
That's
Yeah.
That-
I mean, and then there's
worth mentioning.
NYU.
Of course.
And then there's NYU. Yeah, no, I went to USC.
Oh, thank you.
And yes, that's how you get a space worm. If from Dune is the space the worms, the actual spice worms. They appear when from vibrations, but rhythmic vibrations.
Like tremors.
That's why you're
Exactly like tremors.
That's why actually you're supposed. They say walk without rhythm.
What? But in
the-
this movie, you
walk
will
with rhythm.
walk with that
Oh,
rhythm.
walk with rhythm. That's another tagline.
Oh man,
I'm thinking of a musical segment.
oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Walk with
You got it
rhythm,
with
walk with rhythm.
Is Leonard Bernstein still alive? Get him.
Oh, who is it again? What's her
Jamie.
name? Jamie. Who are we picking up on for this for the music number?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, perfect. Jamie, thank you so much. You should
We
probably
should fire her.
Yeah. So we've got what was it again? It was Dance with Rhythm.
Yes, we've got rhythm.
Ooh, I love it.
We've got space stuff.
Yeah, perfect.
We'll fill
I
out.
love it.
We'll get the writers on.
We'll put a writer to
Alan
do that.
Yeah,
Menken or
Menken,
somebody.
Ashman. They still alive. One of them's dead anyway.
Yeah.
We'll figure
Half
it
the
out.
price.
There you go.
So
So they by dancing the Fremen who are the crew of the ship, they see his VR powers and they realize that he is the prophesied leader of their
Of the Fremens.
of the Fremens.
Well-
and so they start doing this dance and summon the space worm, which then runs into, I think, on the deck of the ship. They're like, space worm, and they ring a bell that goes throughout the ship.
Oh yeah.
And then basically they run into this space worm, the ship
And
itself.
the space worm tries to eat the ship.
Yes.
Absolutely. As I believe space worms do. Now, Hillary, you're the specialist on space worms.
Yes, I mean space worms are a very dangerous breed.
Do
you know.
they like eating ships?
Well, spice worms, they
I mean-
like to eat people, but space worms eat spaceships.
Great,
Ooh.
excellent. Then
Perfect.
we're fine.
Perfect. We're
Yeah.
straight. The History Channel will not have to write a whole piece on how we were inaccurate.
It's already
so I'm happy
on
with that.
Ancient Aliens. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Yes.
Oh, great. Wow.
Yeah.
So they.
Jamie, get that weird Greek guy.
Which one?
The one from the History Channel.
Jamie, we shouldn't have to tell you which weird Greek guy we're looking for, Jamie.
You mean the alien guy?
Yes.
Jamie, if you already knew, why did you ask us?
Just trying to do my job.
Thanks, Jamie. All right, so the space worm is trying to eat our Dune ship.
Yes.
So we're in our final act because this ship, is it going to get broken in half in space?
Oh, yes.
There's oxygen in space, right? I've seen enough movies that people are fine when they're
know
floating
what?
out in space.
I don't think there is. I think that's one of the big things about space.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I heard that somewhere. I don't know. I have a dorky cousin or a nephew.
I mean, well,
Ooh.
if space worms survive in space with, there
Yeah,
must
CJ,
be
I don't know.
oxygen.
I don't know.
There's
You
got to
thought-
be something in there,
Call Bill Nye.
or else how could you hear anyone scream?
Do we?
That's a good
Who's
point.
who's that one gentleman that does all the space documentaries? You might
Neil
know Neil
deGrasse
deGrasse.
Tyson.
We could probably
Yeah.
get Neil deGrasse as a consultant. He would
Sure.
probably sign off on that. Sometimes there is oxygen in space, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all right.
Because look, how is Jacobus and Rosalindus going to survive when they're floating out in space if they just
yeah.
die instantly?
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work. We'll
Space
write
suits.
we'll write a
We're
quick
getting
line in
space
there that's
suits.
like, thank
Right.
God that this part of space.
Yeah.
Instead
We'll
of
fix it in
life
post.
preservers, everyone's they've got a bunch of life space suits that keep you
Right.
Instead of life vests.
And there's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
enough of them.
There's
Not
not enough.
enough.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Only the women and childaloids.
And childaloids.
And this thing is punctured, somewhere at one end of the ship, or I think we have to do an end of the ship instead of the middle, so we can have more time.
That's
and then
true.
It's slowly leaking air, and
Mm-hmm.
then compartments are closing down one at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And
perhaps
people are getting sucked out to space
Yeah.
and then hitting propellers and weird things on the way.
There's got to be propellers still.
Yeah.
Oh
For
yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
It's,
And,
it's, for-
just-
it's an
just-
affectation.
Just
Makes the
killing
toy
people.
better.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
obviously the space worm is not going to swallow this thing in one go, so it's going to be secreting, this, saliva stuff onto the spaceships, which
Jacobian.
is going to have to drink to become master of.
Ooh.
Right.
And hey,
Space worm.
guess what? We get a great scene. Jacobian, his shirt is off. We get a
Yes.
lot of shots of the vomit oil all over him.
Right.
Guys, I think we've got something on our hands here. How do we end?
So basically,
one of them die?
Well, after Jacobian is doused in the secreting
Water of life.
yes, or acid or whatever is coming
Yeah.
out of this space worm, he has a prophecy. He has this vision in his head, and he realizes that he can control this space worm. And he also understands at this point what the Harkonnen are trying to do with all of this.
He realizes there's
with the
murder.
Murder.
spice. Yes,
Yeah.
there's murder on board. There's murder, I tell you. And he basically takes. Him and
Do all the
Rosalindus-
Freemen speak like that? Nah, see?
Yes.
I think him and Rosalindus hatch a plan to murder her father
Sure.
and most importantly the navigator.
Billy Zane.
And then they board. There's a big battle. They join with the Fremen and liberate the ship, and then the ship basically implodes. But they all jump on the back of the space worm.
Because it turns out the guild has been secretly killing off space worms because
Yep.
that's how they used to travel.
Yep.
They used to travel with space worms. The guild was like, we're going to muscle you guys out of this business.
It's like the Pan Am takeover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
And now the
TWA
And
Pan Am.
now the Fremen and led by Jacobian is going to start a new space travel revolution.
He returns to Atreides, the planet,
The victor with a giant space worm.
with a giant
Yes.
space worm and with Rosalindus by his side, and together they rule.
Well, one thing
Atreides?
I feel like we're missing here is that sort of romantic sacrifice.
So who is going to be our
I think
tragic romantic
Jacobian, the
sacrifice?
Messiah, has to
Yeah.
die.
He's
He
gotta
has
go.
to
So
die in order for the world to exist.
In a final battle with the Navigator, I think he pulls the airlock, and there's some movie about where there's an airlock and an alien
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. But in this case, Jacobian.
Is that Prometheus?
There's no
Something
more.
like it.
There's no more room on the space worm.
so
And he has to stay behind.
he has to stay behind, and so he's like, it's. I'll never.
Even though there absolutely is enough worm.
But she doesn't want.
It's about buoyancy.
She doesn't want him to stay behind, and she's like, I'll never let go, Jacobian.
Yes.
And then as
he's like, I'll never let go, Rose. I'll never let go.
As the space worm pulls away from the dying Dune ship, he screams, "The sailor has awakened!"
Yes! And then he dies.
Yeah.
And then he dies tragically. And Roz,
with the murder
and then
spice.
because they married before they left, and so she returns to Atreides to rule as queen.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
good.
Enough room for a sequel.
Queen
Perfect.
Rose.
And I think the last shot we have one kind of handsome guy in the background give her like a little bit of wink, and we're like, she's gonna be all right.
He has to
we
have
go.
his shirt off though.
Oh, of course.
Zac Efron?
And
I
it's
think we can get
Sting.
him.
Oh, I think we could get Zac
He's-
Efron.
No,
get the
I'm
shirtless
thinking
thing.
more like Jason Momoa. I'm thinking more
Oh,
like
yeah.
The Rock.
That's a little more
like,
Dune-y.
Yeah.
I think, man, if we had The Rock at the very end, just
Excellent.
wink shirtless.
Yeah,
I would watch an entire movie with The Rock
If that was
winking shirtless.
if that was the
Who
lead
wouldn't?
up to the end.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
This is a perfect segue. So we end our movie with a potential Rock winking at a princess or queen.
While rock music from Queen is
From
playing.
Queen
my
is
God.
playing. So what is our so our soundtrack is by Queen. I think we nailed it.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
I don't think
But
we
we
need
need
anything
like
else.
Timeless.
synths too.
Yeah, so maybe Queen and Yes get together and they do the soundtrack.
I'm shit you not. I was gonna say yes. Like not even joking. Like some
Just
Vangelis.
like our audience will to this movie.
So, speaking of, how are we going to market this?
Well, first we need a name.
Oh.
What is the name? I mean, is it just Dune?
Is it Dune with a W?
Here's the
Dune
thing.
with the
I hear these days if you just release a movie that was made back in the 80s with the exact same title, nobody, and I mean nobody, will be confused.
Nobody will be angry.
Or upset at all.
Especially not men.
Especially not men.
Dune. Dune.
Dune.
Dune.
D-
And then, it'll be a fun thing where people won't know exactly how to say it, so they have to come to the movie to find out.
And they gotta ask people. They gotta say, "How do you say Dune?"
Oh,
And they'll be
actually,
like, it's Dune.
I-
Guys, this is amazing. We have our new movie. Thank you so much. And guys, as we finish this cocaine, we'll go into our favorite game after we write movies,
Right.
Which is Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Marry, fuck, kill. Marry, fuck, kill. Marry, fuck, kill.
All right, this is our game, Marry, Fuck, Kill. This is where we will name 3 movies, and we'll have to decide which movie we would marry, which movie we would fuck, and which movie we would kill. Todd, what are our 3 movies?
In keeping with our space theme,
Yes.
we're doing aliens, movies with aliens, I guess.
Cool.
Particularly the villain, like the alien as a villain, essentially.
Sure.
So we got Alien.
Star
the
Child.
Xenomorph, the xenomorph being the monster there. We've got Predator, the Predator
Is it the
monster.
Predator is the monster?
Yeah. And then we've got The Thing.
Is the thing the monster?
Oh.
Is the title of the movie the monster in each of these done?
Yes.
Excellent.
So which one will you marry? Which one will you fuck and which one will you kill?
I guess I would marry Alien. Then I'd
The
kill Predator.
The saddest marriage
This
ever.
is really terrible, y'all. I'd kill Predator, and I guess I'd marry the Thing.
You'd marry the thing?
I don't have any other choices. I really want to kill Predator.
Well, you did.
Well, you did. Predator's dead now.
Yes.
So why do you want to kill
Thanks,
predators?
Hillary.
Why do you want to kill
Predator's
predators
dead.
so much, Hillary?
I just don't really enjoy Predator.
You don't like Arnie with the big muscles and then walking through in the jungle with the guy that's
Whoa.
The best plot
Well, when
summary
you
I've
put it-
ever heard of the
See,
movie Predator.
Here's the thing. This is, I guess I'm thinking from like solely from the alien perspective. If I'm just basing it on the alien, which is the theme,
Hey, you can
But I guess-
fuck, marry, or kill any of these
I
movies for whatever
guess-
reason you want.
Yeah.
There might have been a really sexy truck in that village
Okay.
that they blew up. Then you just want to get up on that truck.
well, I guess then I'd fuck Predator, and I'd kill the Thing. Yeah, that works.
All right.
Why
I'm
not?
sorry. I'm like, this is the worst marry fuck kill for me ever. I apologize.
Well, I'll try it better next time.
No. I'm apologizing.
You're not
that
sexually
I'm
attracted to
not
those movies?
Giving in. I'm not trying to judge the quality of your choices. I am.
Todd, it's okay.
This is
This
the
is a
problem
safe
is
place.
with me, not with you.
Oh, I feel much better now.
Love you, Todd.
So, Todd, do you have your picks?
I'd say I do. I'm going to go ahead and marry Alien because
Now, why would you do that?
because the aliens, the xenomorphs, they have a queen, and it's a very family oriented society.
Yeah, they got a lot of kids.
They got a lot of kids, and it seems like just a really good time. And they got a lot of exercise, and they like being outside in space there.
Yeah, they like running around on ships.
Yeah, and they like the thrill of the hunt.
It's like a big jungle gym.
It's a fun little household to grow up in.
It is
the xenomorph, Mr. Xenomorph household. So I would marry Alien in the xenomorphs. I would kill Predator.
You bastard.
Because I think the whole Alien vs. Predator thing is quite unfair.
You side with Alien.
And I side with Alien. So I'm going to go ahead and kill Predator for just the fact that I'm marrying Alien. And then that means I'm going to get to fuck, and yes, get to the Thing, who can morph into anything at any time. And that's got to be
most of the time it has a lot of faces.
That's got to be some really insane, fun sex right there. As long as I don't get eaten, which is how I define any relationship, I'm good. So
There you go.
Wow. Todd, I think I'm going to rebuttal right away, and I'm going to say I'm going to marry the Predator.
Oh, why is that?
You know why? Best buddy comedy life forever. Me and Predator going to different planets, hunting shit, and doing the occasional. He's big into collecting skulls, and that's his own thing.
Yeah,
I let him do his own thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to have fun when I'm in the tropics. I'm going to go get a tan. I'm going to go tube through the jungle.
He's going to
hunt some people.
Most dangerous game,
and we're going to meet up afterwards, and it's going to be great. No, we don't. It doesn't always work out. But
you guys
we
make
work
it
through
work.
it. We
You
make
guys
it
make
work.
it
You
work.
don't have to rely on each other for a good time.
That's the thing. He
go-
likes to hunt people with laser guns, and I just like to get a tan sometimes.
That's totally fine.
I think it's valid.
I like the tubing scenario, like you and a pink inflatable tube and like a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't? And on like different planets,
Hells
right?
yeah.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And if he wants to go to a temple in Alaska and fight a shit ton of aliens, I mean, that's his own business.
Or a meat packing plant in
as long as he
Chicago.
doesn't bring that home. That's out there.
Or an oil rig where Steven Seagal ends up on.
So I'm going to marry Predator.
All right.
But I'm halfway there with you, Todd. I am going to fuck the alien. But it's only because I think the alien, the xenomorph, was kind of designed to be like basically a metaphor of sex or some type of sexy creature in some way.
Yeah, rape.
Yeah,
really.
okay, yeah. I retract that.
It's a form of sex.
I would. Well, here's the
It's that
thing.
face hugger, chest
that
burster
milk-
situation.
that milk
going on.
Rape is a crime.
Rape is a crime.
Yeah.
I take that back. So I would have sex with Alien still. I would have sex with Alien because of that milk robot. I mean, what's going on with that milk robot? It's a sexy milk robot, and I mean, it's kind of like
You mean the synthetic unit?
the synthetic unit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a sexy robot.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Probably would kill the Thing though, just because
All right.
it's horrifying. Horrifying. DJ, do you have your picks?
Yeah, I think so. Also, I love the idea of you having a buddy cop thing with
Alien.
with
Predator.
with Predator, just because I'm imagining him being cloaked the whole time, and you can't. It just looks like you,
It's just me
just by
hanging
yourself,
out by myself all the
talking to
time.
yourself. Which
on
would
a
look
tube,
cool.
on a tube with a beer in the tropics.
There's a second empty tube.
Just always around me.
And you're just laughing at it and
Yeah.
clinking
But
non-existent
every
glasses
once
with
in a
it.
while, you'll kind of hear like
The classic Predator.
Yeah.
That's how he sounds.
Yeah, I guess I'd probably fuck the Thing because it can.
How
look,
do you even define it?
That's true. Well, imagining fucking
Whatever way you want.
imagining having sex with any of these things is horrifying. But at least the Thing can look like a human being.
That's a good point.
I'm like, great.
It can look
I can
it can look
pretend
like
it's not
multiple human
happening.
beings.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Okay, but so I would do that, and then I think I would have to, just because at least the Predator, while scary in nature, is not that scary looking. Like Alien is
Probably
terrifying.
the most attractive, anthropomorphized alien.
If you had to go down that
Predator.
road and you had to make a choice.
There's always that top 10 aliens you'd fuck list, and Predator's right there, number one.
So I'd rather, for the rest of my life, look at the Predator and see it around, or it could just cloak and I don't have to
You
see
just
anything.
want that
That's true.
maybe just to keep that helmet
Yeah.
on, so it's not like every time.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Baby,
Whereas
baby,
Alien-
baby, keep the helmet. Baby, keep the helmet on.
Please, for the love of God.
You know I like it with the helmet on.
And then kill Alien. Yeah.
Kill Alien.
Which would be hard, but I guess I'm.
Because to be honest, it's
figured it
very
out.
hard to want to have sex with the alien the more I think about it. It's a
That's really
terrifying creature.
I don't know. I like that. I like that tail. Get whipped. It's great.
I think that tail would kill you if it whipped you.
No, not the way we use it.
Ooh.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
This is definitely.
Well, guys, on that wonderful note, thank you so much for coming, guys.
Yes,
Thank you for
thanks.
having us.
Great.
Smashing things and talking about aliens
Yeah.
and space worms. Thanks for listening. I hope you learned a lot about space worms and Billy Zane. And if you're enjoying the show and you got a second or two, a quick rating and review on iTunes would be amazing. Or you could share the show with a friend. Either way, we really appreciate your support. And as always, we'll be posting a new episode every other week. And if you'd like to download more episodes or check out other similar podcasts, head over to partialarc.com. That's ARC with a C. Of course, you can email us any questions at blockbustersmashup@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter and Instagram at partialarc. If you'd like to keep in touch with Hillary Levi, you can follow her on Twitter at Hillary Levi. And if you'd like to hear more from CJ Woodring and you enjoy comedy, you can check him out at funny-shorts.com. And be sure to follow Todd on Twitter and Instagram at TG11. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next episode of Blockbuster Smash Up.
Let's go home.